I think me growing up in a privileged family just made it 100 times worse. And that safety net created, like, maybe without that, I would have died. I don't know. But it also maybe gave me this false sense of invincibility that I could just continue to thrive despite whatever circumstances are going on. But trip out on this, bro.
Okay.
Trip out on this. So I grew up pretty privileged. You know what I mean? Grew up pretty privileged. My two best friends growing up, both their families were richer than mine. You know what I mean? Like, they made, like, my family's crib look like it was the projects because these fools are like the Fresh Prince of Brentwood.
There's always someone a level above.
Yeah. And these are like my two homies. One of them I knew since preschool, the other one since kindergarten. And from like kindergarten to 10th, 11th, they was like my best homies. Both these motherfuckers died in the past 2 years from drugs and, you know, a self-unaliving. You know what I mean?
I mean, doing this shit as long as you have, you've probably lost a lot of people, dude.
Oh my God, I lose people all the time. But the weird thing to me is like, I know so many people from so many different walks of life, and like so many people that I've met in my subsequent travels being involved in hip hop, which led me all through the streets and being, you know, I've experienced poverty and extreme wealth. I've been through all of it. Self-imposed as you may, you know, like, yeah, I didn't have to go the path I did. I never had to, but I did. And that's the path I wound up on. And it just trips me out that so many kids I know that grew up middle class or grew up even, you know, below that did so much better. Like, all like 90% of the rich kids I grew up with are fucking failures, or completely dependent on their parents, or they're dead. It's just gnarly.
Yeah. I grew up, so for me, I grew up in a very affluent area, but like my mom was very poor. She just got like the cheapest condo in the affluent area so I could go to school with those kids. And I grew up with a lot of those kids, and all of my friends who I did drugs with who were very, very well off growing up are completely fucked right now. Like, they are strung out. I have a buddy right now who's like deep in a fent right now. Like, he's probably genuinely going to die soon, which is like terrible to say, but like, it's the reality of it, you know? And like, a lot of my other friends, because they grew up in that privilege, they don't have any like drive to do anything else. I think that really does kind of fuck with your drive growing up in that privilege. It's like, when you go off and you get into the real world, you realize like, wait, I'm doing this and making how much fucking money? Fuck this shit, dude.
Right.
Like, I'm good. I'm going home, you know?
Right. Well, you don't value money. You don't have the same,
not
like,
at all.
like, we're not trying to, because I wasn't taught. And like, this is going to come across to people as like, oh, feel bad for me, I'm a rich kid, which is the lamest shit ever. There's no sympathy that should be had for me or anybody else that, you know, does this. I'm not asking for that. I'm not looking for that, but I am trying to provide insight into the psyche, because people are like, you had it so good. How could you possibly fuck it up? But like, I never was really taught about what to do with money or how to build credit or anything. It was just a non-issue. Just pursue your dreams, Nick. You're going to be fine. You know, be great. Be the best version. We want to see you win. And that's what my family, they were very supportive. And that's kind of, I think I spent a great deal of time in my life trying to help other people get money and trying to put other people on. And when I would get a bag, like, that's why with the battle rap thing, you brought up like hosting battles. I dropped so much of the money that I was hustling from slanging peas and just like serving whatever dope I had at the time, and just whatever money I came across in my life, I put millions of dollars literally into battle rap, you know, putting money in other people's pockets. Because I feel like, damn, God's helped me so much. I was born getting helped. I feel like I should help people. You know what I mean? And it's not done from like this altruistic perspective of I'm this fucking great Buddha of a human that just wants, it's just like, I kind of just was naturally what I felt inclined to do as a human being. And then at a certain point, I didn't realize like, oh shit, like, I'm like, the plane's crashing. I put the oxygen mask on everybody else. There's no oxygen mask for me. I'm finna motherfucking die now. And that's, I think,
so I'm going to make a little observation. I just want you to tell me if I'm right or wrong. It sounds like, just from hearing that you kind of use being giving and doing that partially as a tool to like not really focus on or worry about your shit and not your addiction.
Yeah. I think that there's, I mean, just anything to distract myself from or even like create this, perpetuate this illusion that I'm somehow on the right path or doing the right thing. And if there's people, because look,
Did you like finish school, or what's your education level?
I finished high school.
Nice. That's
I
further than
finished
me.
high school. Oh, for real?
I dropped out. Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
You even got the GED? You're not.
I did. My PO made me get a GED, so I did get a GED.
So it counts. Count it.
Yep. Technically, yeah, I guess that counts. I dropped out literally the second day of my senior year, which was like the stupidest time to drop out. I was almost done.
So I got expelled from private school. I got expelled from public school. I got expelled from continuation school, and then I graduated from charter school.
Nice.
And I was supposed to go to college. Like my mom was super hyper vigilant about me, filling out all these applications, and I got accepted to a lot of I did good on my SATs. I always tested pretty well, you know what I'm saying? And I was supposed to go to like a liberal arts school in the East Coast, and I'm really glad I didn't, because it would have turned out a fucking mark. Like, if y'all think I'm a buster now, like, I would have been 100 times worse. Like,
Same guy, just plus a liberal arts degree.
yeah, exactly. Would have been bald, but like with a ponytail in the end, and like. But my thoughts were, before I went to the school, I was like, damn, 70% females. Okay, and all the dudes there are fucking lame. Like, all I have to do is like be vocal about the fact that like I have testicles.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be fucking.
Dude, that's why we were up in the cooking classes in high school. We had a kitchen at our school.
You feel me?
We had one cooking class, and it was all the baddies in that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Like, I would have been fucking Big Dick Cheney in that motherfucker. You feel me? Like, I was like, because I know and I'm from LA. All these fucking lames from their little towns are gonna be there. Like, hey, Brooke, I wrote you this poem, and I'm gonna be like, hey, Brooke, he's a pseudo intellectual. Come over here and dome me up. You feel me? In the name of Jean-Luc Godard, who say something like, make some obscure reference. You feel
some
me?
real poetic semen shit.
Yeah. So I figured that would be a great look, but I'm glad I didn't go there. Instead, I wound up deferring as long as I could, but went to treatment when I was 18, and that led me in a string of went to treatment. Instead of going to treatment, went to an aftercare facility that they like mandated I go to. Plus, there's a bitch there that I was fucking with, so I was like, hell yeah, you feel me? Got kicked out of there for fucking with the bitch, and they sent me to like a hardcore aftercare facility, and then dipped from there, moved in with another chick. We're living in motels, selling acid and tweak, and I eventually wind up, by the grace of God, back in treatment. And then I moved to the Bay Area and to like pursue my dreams of being an independent artist. And
It's bad when you're in the motels, bro.
Oh, the
That's
motels.
when you know it's bad.